Hello, this is Achim. I'm very proud today to present to you a story that most of you might have already requested for a very long time. It's about a cool feature in SAP Analytics Cloud to distribute stories that you have created via email. So, what is the use case I want to tell you today? It's about the stories. So imagine you are a sporting director or me. I'm working with a couple of clubs in the world, also probably with your club. And it's difficult for me to keep track of all the match results that are happening every weekend. So, of course, I could always check for the teams and look in the media and have a look in the area of the competitions, check for the competitions, know that I'm interested, for example, in, guess what? Karlsruher Sportclub, Karlsruher SC, and I haven't received the result of the latest team events. So that's why I have to check for each team I work with, check for the matches in SportsONE, and get the latest results. Of course, wow, they won 4-0. Great success. Sorry for you guys in Hannover. But this is difficult because you always have to look and do a lot of clicks. It takes a lot of work. So I created this very simple report in Analytics Cloud where I select for most of my teams, maybe just have past 7 days, the results that had been happening of my teams, and I see the match results. Now, what I want to do next is actually that I don't go into analytics and call this report every day. I want to schedule this report so that I receive that email report via email quite regularly. So what do I need to do? There are a couple of requirements that you need to focus on. First of all, you need to make sure that your system is on the latest release or actually is running on Cloud Foundry, and you have sufficient user licenses, or you need at least 26 user licenses and need to run on a system with a qualifier which is not EU1. Maybe it can be a qualifier like EU10, EU10, 11 or whatever. So it needs to run on Cloud Foundry that this feature is available. In case you can check if this feature is available. If you check on your story, if you click on your story you have this icon, schedule publication. This makes the availability of that report. So a system that is not capable to distribute the reports via email, you will recognize that it says here that this feature is lacking. You can release a report, you can export a report, but compared, even if I'm logged in English here, the icon schedule publication is missing. In case you are lucky and this icon is available to you, then first of all, you need to make sure that you are allowed to export the data externally. So that's why you click on System Administration and you check here the area for configuration der Datenquelle. You need to activate this feature. Like, I want to allow data to pass my system and leave the system, even if it's a HANA Live connection. So that allows you to save in a batch job the report as a PDF document. In case this is activated, you're good to go and you can continue in the setup. First of all, remember when you schedule a report that should be executed as a batch report, it's important that the story that you are invoking only is not requiring any dialogue. So for example, login typical HANA Live connection that you are using in SportsONE always requires the connection. So that's why to the login information. That's why I created the SAP S1 batch connection. And as you can see, I clicked on the check mark, diese Anmeldedaten für alle Benutzer in diesem System speichern. So remember that this is necessary. In the future, you will be also able to run this via an SAML single sign-on scenario, but as long as this is not yet customized, you need to save that information. So remember, this might be also a potential risk issue for in a regards of access management. But if this is the case, you're able to run reports without entering a dialogue. In this case, this is now the story, and I'm here now on the story, which allows AU10 to distribute the reports. So I built a report, I have no dialogue in entering the story. And now what I can do, if I'm happy, I start now with the feature to schedule your report. So what did I explain you right now? I showed you how to configure and enable the Analytics Cloud for PDF exports and scheduling. And now we get into the second step, preparing the story. You see the navigation path to activate that feature. Remember, save login data. And then now we are in the area where I want to create and schedule the SAC story to be distributed. Let's go back. The story needs to be stored in a public folder. That's very important. And if the story is stored in the public folder, you can now easily click on the button Schedule Publication. And what you want to say, I want to distribute the batch reports. When do you want to execute that report? Or you can even schedule a recurrence. Say, well, I would like to receive every Monday morning the results from the latest weekend. So every Monday morning at 7 a.m. I will distribute this report. Wait, here we go, 7 a.m. every Monday morning. I want to schedule this, so in this case every 8 days. Please repeat this scenario, and there's no end date, or maybe you only want to send it until Christmas for the next 6 or 5 days. So this is what I schedule. Now you can select users who have already an SAC user, which you could select, or you can even enter any email recipient. However, it's limited to 3 external users that don't have an SAC user. And you can also add the story view, batch match results, and then just create and schedule the report. Subject is required. Here we go. So my favorite teams and match results which I want to receive. And then you can even add here an additional text, or you can link the story. Now that's it. Now I can schedule, and the report is scheduled, and I receive next Monday the results of my favorite teams. If this is happening, how will this happen? I will receive an email saying, hey, this is your report and my favorite teams and results. And now you can easily just click on the PDF document and you will receive the information like these are the latest match results as a PDF report. So that was my little story explaining how you can manage the process. Remember, this feature is only available on Analytics Cloud that is running on a system, for example, U10, so it needs to run on Cloud Foundry, and you need to have at least a license of 26 users. And remember to save your story in the folder public, that you have no dialogue, and only 3 email receivers without an SAC account, Analytics Cloud account, can be added in the distribution list. If this is the case, enjoy this cool feature, and you are having a great day. Bye bye.